It's been a year since the Hamas attack on Kibbutz Kfar Aza. It's hard to believe that so much time has passed, and yet it feels like yesterday.
It's hard to believe, isn't it? It feels like the scars are still fresh, both physical and emotional. I can't imagine what it must be like to walk through those destroyed homes, to see the remnants of your life scattered everywhere.
The article mentions that some residents want Israel to take a hard line in the future, to re-establish Jewish settlements in Gaza. Others believe that war is not the answer and that peace is the only way forward.
It's a complex issue with no easy answers. There are strong feelings on both sides, but I think it's important to remember that violence only breeds more violence. We need to find a way to break the cycle of hatred and build a future where everyone can live in peace.
The article ends with Leora Ilan's dream of an open fence between Israel and Gaza, where people can live together in peace. It's a powerful image of hope, even in the face of such devastation.
It's a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. We need to hold on to that hope and work towards a future where peace is possible.
I read about Leora Ilan, the woman who lost her son in the attack. She said she feels betrayed by the government, that they abandoned them. It's heartbreaking to hear her say that.
It's understandable. They were living in a community that was supposed to be safe, and then suddenly everything was turned upside down. The government's response was slow, and many people feel like they were left to fend for themselves.
It's interesting that only about 50 of the 1,000 residents have returned. It seems like the trauma is too much for many to bear.
I think it's a combination of factors. The physical damage is extensive, but the emotional scars are even deeper. It's hard to imagine rebuilding your life in a place where you experienced such horror.
The government is building temporary housing for the residents in another kibbutz, but many are skeptical about returning to Kfar Aza. They're worried about their safety, and they want answers about why the military response was so delayed.
It's understandable that they're hesitant. The government needs to be transparent about what happened and take responsibility for its mistakes. They need to reassure the residents that they will be safe if they return.
The story of Simona Steinbrecher, whose daughter was kidnapped by Hamas, is particularly tragic. She says she won't go home until her daughter is home. It's a powerful statement about the enduring pain of the hostages' families.
It's a reminder that the conflict isn't over. There are still people who are suffering, and their stories need to be heard. The government needs to do everything in its power to bring the hostages home.